here's one for you. Check these out. Lighting might be kind of bad, so I apologize, but look at these. So these are 3M 340D 36 by 75. Plenty of good grit still on them. This one just had, looks like they poked a hole through that one. And I'd assume the same thing probably happened with the other one, which makes them unusable as far as the shop's concerned. But I'm going to get a lot of good sandpaper out of that. So score there. So I was at my local sort of off-brand expired supply store. It's basically all stuff that either the manufacturer didn't want or didn't get delivered, things like that. And they really come up with some good deals on some stuff. So check all this stuff out that I got. So I get normal supplies. It's where I normally get my gloves, and I get a lot of paint there. I get like hinges, things like that. So I got this soldering station. I want to say it's 30 bucks new, about 10 bucks. Got these gloves. The gloves are 50% off, so we're looking at $5.39, 50% off. So about $2.39 for these. And I got 2 boxes, and these are 6 mil, which is better than like the Harbor Freight gloves that you pay $7 for 5 mil. Top Coat Krylon Industrial. I don't know how good this is. I don't generally like or advocate Krylon, but $2.19 at 50% off. It's hard to beat that. And I always get hinges and screws and whatever I can find in bulk. It's always different stuff there. So I got all these lag screws, and I think if I look at my receipt, that bag was 4 3/4 pounds for $2.37. That's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Then I got a whole bunch of hinges. I think I got 53 hinges at $1 each, 35% off. Or yeah, about 35 bucks for 53 hinges. Then I got some, I always get piano hinges when I'm there because I can always use them. They always come in handy because you can take this giant hinge and you can cut it to any size you like and then use it. It's for 64 cents a foot. That's pretty dang good. 64 cents a foot. So I just picked up as many piano hinges as I saw. Then I got a piece of this 304 stainless, but it was $1.95 a pound. So I think I paid $4 for this piece of stainless, which I'm not great on metal pricing, but I think that's a pretty good deal. And then I went to the Trailer Supply and raided the trash here. So I got some cool stuff, nuts, bolts, same old usual stuff, nothing too special. This would look cool in a metal sculpture, but other than that, nothing super interesting. A bunch of these nut couplers, which I can probably put to good use. I don't know if they're called nut couplers or they're called something else. Then I also finally found a drum sander. I've been looking for a drum sander at a decent price for a number of years now. That'll help me a lot since I do a lot of little projects that need to be sanded, scroll saw projects, panel projects, stuff like that. So this is a Performax 16 by 32 plus. I think they're all the same, but this one's got a plus on the label. And it came a little out of square. It was about a 30-second different from this side to this side. And I tried to contact the guys at Performax. They don't seem to call back. So I just shimmed it up here. I just loosened these 2 bolts, put a couple of aluminum shims in there just from an aluminum can. Seems to be running pretty true now. So it's good to go. I paid, you can see the original sticker still on here, $8.99. I paid way less than half of that. So pretty good buy here. I've got to build a stand for it, which will probably be a build video coming up. I might do a metal flip top stand welded. So I found these shop lights in the trash. I found 4 of them, and they don't work. This one's missing a switch. This one's got a bad switch, and that one I think is probably the cord, but it might be the switch too. But this one is good. So got one one out of the deal. Maybe I'll take the parts off of these ones or something. I don't know. This is all from the thrift store trash, and the problem with the thrift store is they have no targeting, so they just put stuff out expected to sell, but nobody goes there with the intention of buying anything usually, so stuff just goes by the wayside. So they end up with stuff like this nice Craftsman ratcheting wrench that works perfectly fine, but nobody goes there looking for a wrench, and they don't want to buy it. I'm sure it was cheap, and these were kind of expensive when they were new. Also found a pair of long needle nose pliers. Found this tripod. It doesn't have the mount in the top, but I have a little bit of an obsession with tripods. I don't know what it is. Some things, you know, the kind of the mechanics of the thing sort of speak to you. So I end up getting tripods wherever I go. Also found this bed frame angle, but this angle is bigger than normal bed frame. This angle's like, I don't know, maybe 2 inches. It's like a 2-inch angle. So I picked that up. It's just a dolly that I found. I also found this in the thrift store trash, I think. So this is from a trailer repair place. Just some little nuts and bolts, you know, drill bit that probably is super dull that I can just sharpen up. But nothing too crazy. Some good stuff though.